Nike stock just reported. Stock is down even further. Let's take a look at the last 5 years of Nike and what investors have had to go through. COVID low down here at $62. Stock ramps when everybody's getting stimulus checks here up into the 175 range. And from 2021 until now, straight lower. 67 last. Let's take a look at what's going on in Nike and whether they deserve this price or whether Nike stock is a buy down here. So let's look at just the last year here, and you can see that the stock market is anticipating that Nike is too expensive and likely isn't going to grow all the way back to 2021. But here in 2024, it actually started to show all these cracks. So 51 billion in 2024 revenue. The expectations for this year, 25, 46 billion. That's a 10% decline in revenue. They just reported, and all of that looks to be true. Jordan brand was down more than 10%. Nike and all of their associated brands were down more than 10% in revenue. So really bad stuff. And what happens when you lose revenue? Typically, your margins go down as well. Maybe you can save them, maybe you can't, but in Nike's case, they did not. Look at the EBITDA margins here just last year. 8 billion in EBITDA on 16% margins. Those got cut in half to 9% margins, or about 4 billion in EBITDA. So things are decaying at Nike, or have decayed at Nike. Let's take a look at valuation. So if we're going to buy Nike, we probably want to buy a decaying stock like this, at least at a market multiple, maybe even better, right? So the S&P trades at about a 20 PE. Take 20 times this 218 here, and you get about $42, $44 essentially. Still cheaper than the 66 it's trading. I probably want about a 5% free cash flow yield in order to buy something like this. And right now, this 3.6 billion, compare that to 100 billion, and you get about a 3.6% free cash flow yield. So if I'm going to buy a potential value trap, I better be getting value for it. I better be getting it cheaper than the S&P, because I know it's not growing as fast as the S&P. So all of this adds up to a stock is not cheap enough for us to step in and play a potential turnaround, at least yet, at Nike.